Welcome everyone to the first episode of At the Green Screen. I'm your host, Robert Olguin. I'm honored to have with me as my very first guest, one of the funniest men in America.
Just say my name.
Bobby Lee.
Yes, thank you so much. You know what, Robert Olguin, when I saw you in the lobby, you know how happy I was?
How happy?
I was like, it was like seeing a cousin. Like not a first cousin, like a second cousin that I kind of don't like. But still, there's family and connections.
Yeah.
You know?
So we'll put up with each other.
I know Robert from LA because he hangs out with this guy named Money Mark who, he produced a lot of the Beastie Boys album. So Robert is like connected in that way. He's a hip, ethnic guy. Are you not?
Oh!
Yeah. Robert's a hip ethnic guy. And Money Mark is in a band with my brother Steven. So we're kind of like family. We're family.
Not to mention, you may not remember, but I went to see you in Albuquerque.
Yeah. I remember.
And you humiliated me on stage.
I did.
The best moment of my life.
I did. I like humiliating you. You know what I mean? Because you're good looking and ugly at the same time. Right? At certain angles, you're like, he could be good looking. And at certain angles, you're like, no, he's ugly. And your body, though, it's like a buff pinto bean. Right? You're like a buff pinto bean, my friend. Robert, it's good to see you, man. He's a good guy. Read your notes, man. You know how to read?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, listen.
You know what? Dude, this is amateur.
All right.
This is amateur hour, okay?
You're saying
yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. You're going to do it from just improv.
From the heart.
From the heart.
Bobby Lee, a standout cast member on Mad TV more than 20 years ago. A national touring comic.
Thank you. Yeah.
More importantly,
the
Slep King.
You Slep King. Your
wildly popular podcast, Tiger Belly,
yeah.
has turned you into something of a guru.
You know what I noticed about your face? You have a thin upper lip.
Do I?
Yeah.
All right.
Can you just how about like proportional? Get an operate. I like proportions.
Have that one puff.
Yeah. Puff it up. Do you want me to punch you in the mouth?
Yeah. Can we end this that way?
No. Yeah. I have a podcast called Tiger Belly.
Yes.
With my girlfriend Kalila.
Yes.
Yeah, she's
amazing.
Yeah. And I love kissing him on the shoulder. It feels good. But yeah, we have a podcast together, and then I'm on a new television program. Could you know that?
I know, but it's on another network. And
I'm not going to say the network.
Talk about it. Oh, well, I'm happy for you.
You don't want to talk about my successes?
I'm happy that you're on a network show.
Yeah, thank you. It's not this network.
No.
Right? But it's a show.
Yes.
And I'm on it.
Although, as I've heard you say, you're not on the billboards for that show.
I know.
Yeah, you complained about that. So are you the guy that they come in and they're like, oh, man, my girlfriend's driving me crazy, and you're making like an espresso. She's so nuts. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's not like that, no, Robert. No, I don't go, she's so nuts. Because if I did it that way, I wouldn't have got the show.
You don't have a job.
Yeah, I don't have a job.
Maybe it'll pass the show.
Muchas gracias, amigo. Muchas gracias. But the thing is that it has Jenna Fisher on it.
Yes.
And Oliver Hudson. You know who he is?
I do.
Who is he?
He was in 20 Minutes to Midnight.
Yeah.
A show that I don't know.
You know.
I don't.
You know who Kate Hudson is?
Yes.
His brother.
And so this is a big
It's a big show. It's a big show.
A big deal, and this could change everything.
Yeah, see, I want to get to the point where it's so big I don't have to talk to you anymore, and I don't have to do like this YouTube stuff with you anymore. All right, this ghetto stuff.
Oh.
Right, I want to be like above it.
Yeah.
But since I'm here, I'm doing it with you.
Can I ask you about podcasting?
Yeah.
Because I feel like podcasting, and you've talked about it, how it's changed your life.
It really did. It's so funny because can I touch you here?
Yeah. I guess so.
May I? What is wrong with you?
I'm sweating.
We're friends. I should touch you right here, okay?
All right.
I like your legs.
That's good.
They're dwarf-like.
They are. They're short.
Yeah, they're very short.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should get this fixed. Your legs and your upper lip, and then you're perfect. Okay? But because you have these defaults, it just makes me feel uncomfortable when I see you.
That was my point.
Yeah. But I met my girlfriend, and then she was like, we should do a podcast. And I go, no, it's not going to help. Negative. I always go into things negatively.
Because you'd already done other things. You had done like
Yeah, I tried all these things, and I goes, not gonna. And then she was sly. She goes, take me to Guitar Center. I go, why? You don't play guitar.
Yeah.
I just want to look at mics and stuff. So we went there, and she's like, let's get some mics. So we got some mics, and a week later, let's go to Best Buy, get the, so she slowly did it.
Yeah.
And then one day I realized that she completely set up a studio, and I have another room in my condo.
Yeah.
And she goes, you know what, I'm going to do a podcast on my own. Right? So then she did a couple on her own.
Yeah.
And then one day she said, just do it with me.
Yeah.
So I was just like, all right. And then what ended up happening is it put me back on the map. Because what happens is you do that, and then you do other podcasts to promote that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you realize that you have followers of ours. And it kind of grew into this thing. And then now it helped me on the road. Like people come out to see me because of the podcast. And we're all a big happy family.
Can I ask you about the art form of the podcast?
Oh, off camera, we do European kisses, but on camera, we barely know each other. I get what it is. I see.
I have an honest question about how.
I know. I just want to let you guys know, when I see Robert on the streets, we do 30-minute hugs. We don't, our hearts pound against each other, our souls. But here, we barely know each other on camera. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh! The art form of the podcast has resulted in people getting to know you. And I'm not just you, but other podcast stars.
Yeah.
But certainly you are a good example. You never would have connected to audiences this way with acting.
Yeah. You're right.
Even stand-up.
You're all right. You're right. You're right about it.
Okay. Next
all right.
question.
No, what it is that you don't realize that that's what, when you're the first person to really even frame it in that way. I guess you are right, because you're being real. You're talking about your own opinions and your life, and you get personal at times. Sure, there's comedy involved, there's another thing. It made me realize that I have friends. Because I'm not the type of guy that call and go, hey, John, you want to go bowling? So I over the years have met a lot of people, nice people. You lose contact, and then you think to yourself, do I have friends? But then you call people to do your podcast, and I've had so many people that I've worked with in the past, and then that you realize that there's love there.
Yeah.
But people get busy. You don't call each other as much. But like Jordan Peele, I got to reconnect with Jordan.
Right.
He won an Oscar. Did my podcast.
Yeah.
So.
Oscar winner.
Yeah, Oscar winning. And then Eric Stone Street. Emmy. And then
those are real moments that you guys share on that podcast.
Yeah.
You're talking about where Jordan was walking up and down Hollywood Boulevard because he didn't have a car.
He did, yeah. And also at the time, you never thought that they were going to make it.
Yeah. You didn't. Like anyone else. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, my brother and I used to go to Eric Stone Street's apartment, right? And he couldn't get girls, and you couldn't get girls, Eric. All right. No one wanted to do it with you. Okay. But all of a sudden, here's the thing, that they have talent. Even you can go to an open mic in LA and see a guy and go, yep, they're gonna make it. They have no money, they might not have a car, they don't have anything to show for their talent at the time. But that's what I saw in obviously Jordan and Eric Stone Street at the time. It's just like, it hasn't happened yet, but it's just inevitable, right? So, and I just really like being like Sebastian Maniscalco. I saw him the first time he ever went up.
Wow.
And he was one of the worst comedians I'd ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, but there's still something there.
You could see past the...
Right.
Yeah.
And now Sebastian is one of the biggest comics in the country. Yeah. And I got in before. That's what I love.
Yeah.
When you're friends with somebody before they blow up, so then they can't treat you weird. Right? Like when Sebastian's acting weird,
yeah.
I can go, no, dude, we got in ground floor, right? And so it's like you're friends, When you meet people that are already famous, you can't really do that because you don't know who you're really meeting. You know what I mean?
And speaking of friends, I do wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah.
There's two El Paso things I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Freddie Soto was a friend of yours, and Freddie Soto was one of just such a great comic, and beloved in El Paso, of course, a native son. Goes out to L.A., goes to the Comedy Store, blows up, and you and him started out. You guys were
Listen. Freddie was, and I would say this even if he was alive today, probably one of the best live performers I'd ever seen in my whole entire life. I mean, he was so authentically him, and the way he would talk about his family, I've never seen anyone connect with an audience the way he did. I mean, he would crush. Not because the jokes were good, but he was so real when he would talk about his dad and his family that it would transform an audience. And it really is one of the biggest comedy losses of my time, because he was young, and he still, I mean, obviously he would have been the biggest thing today, especially the way technology has caught up with Twitter and Instagram, and the way you can promote yourself in that way. He would have become a legend, and he's just one of the biggest losses as I see it in terms of comedy. He was a great guy, and yeah, man, it was like, it's shattering.
And I was.
Thanks for bringing it up.
I know that's a real downer. I apologize, but I think what we
You just ruined this interview. You want to talk about other things that are like devastating? Parkland shooting. Let's talk about that.
No.
I mean, come on, dude.
I just wanted to.
I know, but I mean, there are ways to do it.
Okay, and
you know, and now it's like there's a weird moment.
It's
Yeah.
like a lull.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? The other El Paso connection. You talked about why you wanted to come back to El Paso on your podcast a couple of weeks ago, and it had to do with the fact that you were booked here right when your career was about to change a long time.
I feel like I want to Bart, and he's here. He's right here.
Yeah, Bart Reed is.
And
Right.
I'm going to just say this, and this is, I'm not, just because he's sitting here, he's kind of like a comedy don, right? People know who he is. Like if you talk to if I went up to Ellen DeGeneres, I go, do you know who Bart Reed is? She'd be like, yeah, El Paso, right? So he's kind of like an entity, right? A comedy entity in Texas, right? And he's given a lot of people their starts. He's given a lot of people their starts, okay? And so, what are you laughing at? Dude, what are you laughing about, dude?
I know you're being sincere.
Hey, I'm being sincere.
That part where the voice cracked.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, but this is what happened though. I'm being real. This is what happened is that he's the type of guy that he called and he said, Bart Reed, he called and he says, I want to headline you. You know, I was not a headliner at the time, and he was going to give me an opportunity. And then a couple of days before I was supposed to come here, I booked a commercial.
Mm-hmm. What year is this?
Late 90s, probably.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe 2000. I don't know. Before Mad TV, I think.
Okay, and so you'd have been through here, but
you've been through the you. I mean, learn how to speak English first before you do TV and stuff, man. Jeez. But anyway, yeah.
You had come.
I had come here with Mencia, Carlos Mencia.
Got it.
Right.
And then he said, "I want to headline you."
Yeah, and I flaked on him. And I just remember him not being that happy. I know him and I are brothers again.
Yeah,
it feels good.
I can tell.
Feels good.
There's a strong connection.
Yeah, and that happened, and I'm being honest with you. Over the years, it's one of those things that I felt guilty about. But hear me out. That's why 3 weeks ago, my manager called and she's like, so you know Bart Reed, El Paso? I go, do it. Let's do it. I didn't even know what it was. I just go, let's book it.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, all right, well, you're busy, because I have been busy. I'm on a show coming out.
Yeah.
All right. Out of my business schedule. Okay. And, I took time out. All right. But I go, I don't care. Let's work it in. So I'm here,
Yeah.
And then I remember you're here, too. I really do. I really like you a lot.
Bobby.
No, I really do.
It means a lot to me.
Yeah, you're
'cause I
above.
think
You're
really
above
fun.
pinto bean.
One of the
Like if
funniest-
there was a pinto bean that worked out, right? You saw at the gym. There's a pinto bean. You know what I mean? Working out at the gym. Is it Robert? And they go, yeah. I go, yeah. There he is. And this guy right here, the cameraman right here,
Yeah.
he's buff too, huh?
Well.
I love strong Mexicans. I really do.
Bobby,
And look at his jeans. Look at his jeans. Look at- no, not only tight. His pee-pee. You could see the formation of his pee-pee. And it's large, my friends. This guy's killing it. No, sir, I'm telling you right now, whatever you're eating, vitamins or whatever, you see the. Yeah, you could probably edit this out, but you see the chorizo. You know what I mean, and everything, right? And he's killing the game right now. Yeah, muchas gracias. Muchas gracias.
Bobby Lee will be performing this weekend at the Comic Strip. Do not miss this set of shows tonight.
Tomorrow, yeah, it's gonna be
Comic
great.
Strip. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows
And
Saturday.
you're coming Saturday, right?
Coming Saturday.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And
Don't miss it.
yeah, it's really no. I'm being honest. It really is really cool to be here.
Hey, it's cool to have you.
Yeah. Thank you, Bar. Thanks for the opportunity. Now you're taking me to breakfast, right? Yep. All right.
Dude. Now you can turn them off. Yeah.
I thought that was good.
Thank you.
We had fun.
That was actually.
Did we not have fun?